Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Black Stars Racing Channel. I've actually hijacked Dan Racing's channel for the commentary on this race. So we got a couple of special guests today. We've got another commentator along called Nath. Say hello, Nath.
Hello, guys. Good evening.
Good to see you, Nath. Good to see you. And we have Dan also as well, obviously one of the drivers you're looking at now on pole position.
Hello.
Hiya, Dan. So this is round 4 then of the Pro-Am WEC series on the URL. So all these guys have done a 20-minute qualifying session. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a quick whiz through the... Whoops. We don't want to start it just yet. We're going to have a quick whiz through the qualifying positions and see where the guys have finished up. So on pole position then, with a time of 3:59.6, we have Dan. Coming back to second place, Dragian on a time of 4 minutes, 0.5. Then we have Damien in third on 4 minutes, 0.7. Down to fourth place, then we have Dergview on 4 minutes and 1 second. Fifth position, then we've got Panos on 4 minutes and a second, 0.8. So very, very close grid at the top. Coming down then, sixth place to Paris, he's 4:02.4. And then we have in seventh position Speed Demon on 4:03.4. Grahamid Ali then, he is on 4:04.1. And I just need to move to my next screen so I can see what we got. Oh, it looks like we've got 13 drivers on this. Am I right, Dan?
No, there's 9, isn't there? So I think Grahamid had a 4:06.
Okay, so I have only got the one table then. I'm missing P White's time, so if you have that.
Yeah, I've got P White's time here. P White was a 4 minute 6.8.
Okay, cool. So yeah, pretty close qualifying session for the guys. Quite a long lap, so obviously takes a fair bit of concentration to keep it all together around this circuit. As it is, as I say, it's a very long circuit. And we've also got a night situation as well. So let's get this thing underway then, and we're off. So Dan leads us down then. Just going to get all the circuit names up, boys, so we know where we are. Okay, so then. Dan then taking us down into the Dunlop curve, followed by the S's. Still got the lead at the moment with Dragian just behind him, through the S's then, and we come into Turt Rouge shortly. This is a big right-hander, pretty fast corner this one. Be careful not to go out too wide here. Very easy to pick up a penalty if you're giving it a bit of welly. So Dragian's putting up a bit of a challenge there with Dan at the moment, and he's got the position. Obviously lots of slipstream going on for this one. How was it for you, Dan, on the slipstream? Did you find it was it beneficial? Was it a strong slipstream?
It's as we know it is, to be fair. So it's doesn't do a great deal, but it's obviously it is helpful. Issue I had was I was going to push wide, so I did back out of it a little bit, which meant Dragian got the run on me, which obviously, as we've seen, it got him the pass.
Cool. So Dragian then is barreling down the Mulsanne straight, heading towards our first chicane, which is the Forza chicane. Let's just have a little look back through the pack and see where the other guys are. We've got Damien in third there, with Dergview behind him in fourth. Already the guys are starting to spread out just a little bit down the straight. Looks like somebody's picked up a penalty there. Panos has got a 1 second penalty. Obviously going to be for track limits at this point. There he is. It is bright green Mercedes. Then we come back then to Paris in sixth position, giving chase to Panos, with Grahamid then about a second or so back in his McLaren. P White then in eighth. P White's got himself past Speed Demon because he started at the back, didn't he, P White? So there he is, Speed Demon giving chase. As I say, already these guys are starting to space out a little bit. Just go back up to the top and have a little look how things are going. So Dan then is looks like he's closed that gap on Dragian a bit. Dragian's got his foot down, and let's have a look through the tyres these guys have chosen. Obviously, strategy is going to play a huge part in this one. Over the course of 2 hours, these guys can pretty much do whatever they want with tyres. There's no stipulations. So we'll have a look at that then. So we've got Dragian he started on the racing softs, where Dan has chosen to start on the mediums. So considering Dragian's got quite a hefty advantage on tyres there, Dan is all over the back of him. So boding well for Dan so far. But he's getting into Dragian's slipstream, and he's going to be looking to have a go at him along this straight. So then we come back to Damien in third. He started on the mediums as well. Okay, Dirkview again started on the mediums. Panos also on the mediums. So we've got Peris started on the softs. The cars there. Oh, I thought that was a bit of side-by-side action there, but no, Peris had tucked back in behind Grahamid. So yeah, Peris, as I say, on the softs. P. White is on the mediums, and Speed Demon also on the mediums. So we've only actually got two of these starters on the softs. All the rest of the guys are on mediums. So they'll be probably doing a little bit of fuel saving. We've got a yellow flag out. Let's have a look what's happened up ahead. Oh,
it's Dirk.
It's Dirk. Is it Dirk? Let's have a look. I'm going to go back and have a look at what happened to Dirk. Let's jump on board with him, see if we can see what's going on here. So he's coming into the Porsche curves here. It's decent line so far. Can't see anything wrong there at the moment. I think he's going to get himself a wheel on the grass. Yeah, that's what it was. He put his rear right onto the grass, and it's just spat him out, and around he goes. So unfortunately for Dirk then, he's going to be right at the back of the pack, and he's going to have dirty tyres as well.
And he's also got some damage, which get that repaired, he's going to have to come into the pits. Because it doesn't fix itself.
Of course, yeah, this is heavy damage, so it's going to stay with him until he pits. So he's going to pick up some front damage as well there, smashing into the barrier on the way into the pits. So yeah, unfortunately for Dirk, but it does enable him to get in an early pit stop. This will probably just be for tyres. He may top up his fuel tank, we'll see. Let's jump back up to the front then, and we'll see how Dragian's doing. He's still got Dan all over him for company, isn't he? Dan is not giving him an inch there.
No, to be fair, there was actually a couple of position changes just at the end of that last lap. And we did have a bit of contact, so I slowed down the start-finish and let Dragian back past.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, so as we were then, Dragian still in the lead with Dan in hot pursuit. With Damien, he's also joined the party as well, isn't he? And these three are pulling away now from the rest of the pack. Good few seconds between Damien and fourth place. So yeah, it's shaping up to be quite an interesting race, this one. We've still got Grahamid there in fifth position in his McLaren, and Peris there in sixth in his BMW. P. White also in a McLaren. He's picked up a half-a-second penalty for track limits. And you've got Speed Demon. Speed Demon's caught him pretty quickly, actually, considering he did have a bit of a spin. So yeah, Speed Demon's on it at the moment, and if he stays in P. White slipstream, I'm sure he's going to get past him when it comes to P. White paying that penalty.
Yeah, it looks like you can have a couple of groups racing together due to the slipstream. As soon as you fall out of that slipstream on this track, you just lose the leaders.
Absolutely, yeah. Sorry.
No, don't worry about it. Obviously there's no bump drafting allowed, so once you lose that slip, unless you've got a huge speed difference, you're not going to make that gap up.
Absolutely. I mean, the only real way, as you say there, Nate, is to be quicker through the corners and to maybe close that gap through the corners, during the chicanes and that sort of thing. But exactly as you say there, once a gap opens up on this circuit, it's very, very difficult to close it back up again. As we're still looking at Speed Demon then in 8th position. This brake's glowing red there as he gets them brakes on hard for that right-hander. P. White's going to pay his penalty, I think, any second now. Or is it at the next? No, I think it's the next chicane, isn't it?
Yeah, it's after Indianapolis.
Yeah. So Speed Demon's going to stay tucked in behind him, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get himself past P White, and obviously Dirkview. Then, oh look, he's cut the pit lane line, and he's got himself a 3-second penalty, which is not going to help him at all, is it?
Sorry, there's just been a pass for the lead.
Let's go back up to the top and have a look then. Let's go back for 10 seconds or 20 seconds and have a little look. So Dragian's gone a little bit wide there, kicked up a bit of stones. Dan's right on his tail. Dan's got a much tighter line into the corner. Dragian's gone wide. And there we go. Dan goes through into the lead now. So looking to capitalise on that now, on their medium tyres, and try and pull out a little bit of a gap if he can. Dragian is there, obviously, in the slipstream, and we've also got Damien then, as I say, these three pulling away quite a lot from the rest of the pack at the moment. So probably, I don't know, 6-7 seconds lead already. It's pretty impressive stuff, to be honest. It's starting to get dark as well, so on come the headlights. So this will be a very different track in 10 minutes for these boys. They'll have to sort of use instinct more than anything to get the braking points. But great fun to drive in the dark, this circuit. What do you think, Nath?
Yeah, I love the track. Absolutely love it. Few issues with it with track limits, especially going to the chicanes. Ooh, that was nearly in the last chicane there, Dan.
I was just going to say, actually, I'm not sure if you've driven it since the last Sunday season that we did here. And I was also going to ask Blackstar what he thought, because he did a race around here as well. And I was wondering if you thought they were any different, because from what I've sort of been doing and everything, I found the track limits have changed completely.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's a little bit confusing, because you've obviously got your curbs, and you've also got some white lines as well, which denote track limits. So it is very, very difficult on this to avoid penalties. I think we're going to probably see quite a lot of that during the course of this, especially in the dark. It is a very, very difficult track to stay within the limits right the way around. It's very easy to catch yourself out and get yourself a penalty, but these guys are not doing bad. We've just had a couple of little half-second penalties so far, but I think on the whole these guys have got it pretty much under control, as Dan comes barreling down then into the first chicane, which is the Forza chicane, and back on his way then down the Mulsanne straight, heading towards a Michelin chicane. Let's have a look a little bit further back down the pack, see if there's been any changes. We got Dragian there. He's still sat there. Looks like he's comfortable to be sat there now behind Dan. Quite a lot of wear on them soft tyres. It's going to be interesting to see if Dragian's going for it. Look, he's caught Dan up in the slipstream. Looking left, looking right. He's pulled out to the left. No, he's thought better of it. Tucked back in for the Michelin chicane. Dan a little bit wide there, I would have thought, but not too bad. Didn't get a penalty, which is all good. As I say, the tyres on Dragian's car are starting to wear quite heftily. Dan, obviously, different story on the mediums, a lot more durable. So he's going to have a little bit more grip at the moment than Dragian. Bit of a battle going on with these two, though. Dragian's trying everything he can, isn't he, to get past.
It's an interesting one, because with his tyres being worn and the track temperature dropping, I thought he would use this time just to maybe do a bit of fuel save, stay in his slipstream. But attacking Dan is just going to take more out of his tyres.
Absolutely, 100%. And as you say, to sort of sit in the slipstream at this point and do a bit of fuel saving will probably pay big dividends later in the race.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like they've dropped Damien, so Damien's going to struggle getting back onto the back of Dragian unless they start battling.
Yeah, absolutely.
These two just going to slipstream away, so it could end up being a 2-horse race.
Yeah, could very well be. Yeah. Well spotted there. Well spotted. What do you think, Dan? Is that the way it was going? You and Dragian were looking to pull out a nice big gap to the rest of the guys. Was there any, were you working together on this, or was it just how it went?
No, just how it went. But yeah, no. To be fair, I really enjoyed this battle. Actually, it was. It's fun. It's a nice track to be able to do it on because there's obviously a lot of areas where you can gain time and lose time, and obviously a lot of areas where you can make overtakes. So no, I was really enjoying it actually, and obviously both of us made a couple of mistakes that sort of give each other the lead back and stuff. So yeah, no, it was nice.
Cool. Let's just, as I say, we're going to have a look back in then at the rest of the pack. And see how their tyres are doing. So we've got Damien then on their mediums. As Nath said there, he's dropped back by a good couple of seconds now. So I think it's going to be strategy now, guys.
There's just been a change of lead again.
Blimey. Let's have another look then.
I think, if I remember rightly, I made a big mistake coming out of the final chicane.
Let's have a little look at that. Let's go back a few seconds and so we can see what's going on. So cockpit view then of Dan. As he just said, he thinks he's made a bit of a mistake coming into one of these chicanes. So let's see where Dragian gets past him. Incidentally, Dan is holding the fastest lap at the minute on a 4:03.5 on the medium tyres.
Oh, sausage curb.
Oh yeah, he's got it all squirrely coming out of the last chicane there. So there goes Dragian. He's smiling like a Cheshire cat in that helmet right now. So yeah, he's giving him the opportunity to pull away by about half a second or so. So it looks like he may have broken the slipstream here. Dan needs to fight to catch that gap back up. So let's get out of the camera view and go back to regular. There we go. So there's your gap. Probably about half a second, as I say. But Dan does have a lot more grip on them tyres. So I'm fully expecting him to pull back up to the back of Dragian anytime soon.
Yeah, we're out on this little straight on one side, the straight.
the North Sand Straight.
That's it.
It's all right, Nate. I don't speak French either. You're all right.
So yeah, he's lucky that he's got a few straights. Otherwise, Dragian could have pulled a bit of a bigger gap off of him. He didn't have to slip.
Yeah. So
I was just glad I kept it out at wall, to be honest. That would really cause some problems.
If you'd have picked up some damage, obviously it's heavy damage, so that would have stayed with you until your pit stop. So yeah, quite fortunate there, Dan. Let's have a look at Dragian and his tyre situation then. So he's got about half a tank of fuel, just under. But them left tyres are looking pretty tired now. So yeah, maybe a lap, 2 laps, and I think we might see Dragian come in and get rid of them boots and get a new set of rubber on. No such thing for Dan. He's still got loads and loads of grip on them tyres, yeah. Back to Damien. He's also on the mediums, but if you compare his tyre use with Dan's, he's obviously ragging it a little bit because he's got quite a bit more use on them tyres. And then we got Panos then, also on the mediums. He's not doing too bad. He's looking after them tyres pretty well. That's Grahamid, yeah. Very good on his tyres, Grahamid. Very little use on those. And then Peris, obviously another starter on the softs. So yeah, he's going to be coming in within a lap or two, I would imagine, to get rid of them and put on a harder set of rubber to get him a little bit deeper into the race.
How were you feeling about the fuel, Dan?
To be fair with this one, I decided it wasn't really worth trying to save fuel. Just obviously with the amount of straights, it just seemed like it were going to be impossible, and you'd end up losing far too much time doing it. So yeah, I mean, I did save a little bit in places just to sort of see and have a bit more of an idea of just how many laps I could get out of a tank. But yeah, no, I wasn't really concentrating on that side of things.
Yeah, it's one of them things. You're either going to fuel save or you're not. I mean, you know, if you're going to drive flat out, obviously you're going to need a couple more pit stops and maybe the guy who's saving some fuel. But it's all sort of relative, really. As Dirk view there, he's picked himself up another half-second penalty to jump back up to the front and see how Dragian's doing. He hasn't managed to pull out much of a lead, has he? In fact, I think Dan's closed on him. So yeah, I think to be honest, Dan's going to be back past him in a very short while, especially considering the tyre advantage Dan is now going to have. Draghi is going to start to struggle quite a bit now. His car's going to feel a little bit different through these corners. There we are. Look, Dan is right on his tail. Alongside him, oh look at that! Dragon's got a penalty. That was obviously track
wide.
Yeah. So Dan's got him. He's got him into the last chicane. Or he will have him in. No, this is the last chicane. Got myself lost on the circuit then. It's because it's dark, guys. You know, you've got to give me that one.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. You can tell that the Ford is struggling. The rear end's very twitchy at the moment.
Yeah.
But I've got to give it to him. It does look good in the night time.
It does, yeah. I mean, they do. All these cars look really nice in the night with the light shining off them. It's a great colour, that GT, isn't it?
Yeah, it's them LEDs on it as well, though. I mean,
yeah,
it just lights it up, doesn't it? And yeah, it does look very good.
It does, yeah. So I think then at the end of this, I think Dragian's going to be in. He's got a penalty to serve, so obviously he's going to drop back a little bit, possibly behind Damien as well, who's pretty close to him now. He's going to soon have a slipstream on him. So I think probably Dragon's going to come in and get rid of these useless tyres that he's now got, and then see how he goes after his pit stop. So running back down through the field then, we'll have a look, see how Panos is doing. He's still in fourth there, but he's got a bit of a gap ahead and behind him now, so no immediate pressure. He can just get his head down, drive his race now, and see where that takes him. Grahamid then, same for him really, a little bit of a gap ahead of him, no pressure from behind, so yeah.
Grahamid, like he's had a little bit of an accident though. He's got some damage in the front right.
He has, hasn't he? He's his front right tyre wheel and his bumper, which is unfortunate really, because very little use on them tyres, so he would have probably wanted to go on another couple of laps if he could, but that is definitely going to slow him down. It would have actually been better if he'd have had damage both sides, because it kind of evens itself out a little bit.
Yeah,
I think I remember Dan saying that in one of the earlier races actually.
Yeah, I think it was at Monza that we mentioned that, but yeah, it definitely does feel very different when both fronts have got that bit of damage as opposed to just one.
Absolutely. So let's have a look then at Perez. So Perez is not too far behind Grahamid. Again, he was the second of the racing soft starters, so I think he's probably going to be looking to pit very soon as well. Coming back then to Speed Demon in seventh. He's not doing too bad on his tyres at the minute. But,
it's use some fuel though.
Yeah, that's it. He's down to a quarter of a tank, which I think he's only going to possibly get one more full lap out of that. P. White, he's got a naughty boy badge again, another half second. As he comes into the right hand there and down the long straight. And how's Dergview doing? Yeah, Dergview's got a bit of room to make up now, isn't he? Nobody actually has pitted yet, so I got a feeling we're going to start seeing a flurry of pit stops within the next lap or so, as we got a new fastest lap as well from Trey Guillaume on a 4:02.2. So I think when these guys come out on their soft rubber, I think we're going to see some different fastest laps from a couple of the different guys, and see how that goes. Is there points for fastest lap down in this one?
Yeah, there's a point for fastest lap and a point for pole position.
Oh, there we are. So you've already got your extra point for pole then?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how are you finding the race so far then? Are you at this point? I mean, have you sort of acclimatised to the dark and everything else?
Yeah, you sort of just have to ease into it. Obviously, it were like I say, it was an enjoyable start, but you do sort of sometimes you would prefer it if you were just out on your own, just setting your laps. But yeah, just sort of getting used to how everything's handling, and yeah, just going, taking each lap as it comes basically, and trying not to make any big silly mistakes, and yeah, just going from there.
So I think we're going to jump on board with Dan then to do a lap as we always do. So he's across the start finish line then. Now he's into the Dunlop curve. We'll go through all the corners as he gets to them. He's into the S's. Now you've got a left, right, slightly uphill after this left now. Quite a tricky corner that one. You've got to be careful you don't get all off to the right hand side. Quite easy to do. So we're coming down now then into the Tertre Rouge. I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it, but again, on fast right-hander, always important to get a good exit out of that right-hander, to get as much speed as you can, because this is a really long straight, obviously the Mulsanne straight. So yeah, he's going to be coming up now to the Forza chicane, so you'll see him tuck into the left a little bit, I should imagine, just to open up the corner a little bit. Brakes down hard now into the Forza chicane. Quite easy to pick up a penalty there as well if you drift out wide. So then he's carrying on now down the Mulsanne straight. Obviously there are two different versions of this circuit. One of them is without the chicanes, so you can go like the clappers for about 2.5 miles down this straight. But yeah, we've got the chicanes today, so yeah, the guys are obviously taking that into account, and yeah, barreling down now then into the Michelin chicane. Quite easy again here to drift out wide left there, go over that white line and pick up a penalty. I'm pretty sure I've raced that line and picked up a penalty. I think Dan's been quite lucky there.
Yeah, well, as I was saying before, they've changed the track limits, so you can get away with that now.
I wish I'd known that when I did my race, that's all I can say. So we're coming down now then to the Mulsanne corner. This is a real tight right-hander. Opens up again for a nice bit of straight. Got a slight right curve on it, this one, which will then take us down to the Indianapolis chicane. So building up the speed then, taking as straightest line you can, with the least amount of problem with the tyres, obviously. So down straight line in that one, heading down now then into Indianapolis. Braking down hard now into this left. It's got a great line through there, got the power on really early throughout, out of Arnage. So he's coming up now then. Oh, this is Arnage. I was just a corner ahead of myself there. So yeah, little curve to the left here, and which will take him into the Porsche curves. Very famous part of the circuit, this. So coming down now then into the right, the start of the Porsche curves. Flat out down for this left. Try not to go to drift wide and hit that barrier on the right. Stay nice and tight on that one to keep this corner open. This is a very tricky one. You've got to pretty much turn left blind. Nice line through there from Dan. So he's through the Porsche curves then. He's heading up now to the final chicane, which is the Ford chicane, just past the pit entry there. Oh, and Dan's gone into the pits. So Dan's obviously, yeah, it's a fuel thing for him, I think. Fair bit of wear on the tyres, but yeah, let's see what Dan does now with his tyres. And we've also got Damien in as well, right behind him. So let's jump back out onto track. And then
I think everyone's going to be in.
I think you're right. There we are. Panos is in as well. Mohamed's coming in. Where's Perez then? Oh, Perez has gone. He's gone round again.
He's very much left on those tyres, though.
I know. He's by the end of this lap, guys. I think he's going to be like he's driving on ice, isn't he?
Yeah, a bit. I think he might be pushing that a bit too much.
Yeah, I think so.
But you never know. It could come to fruition for him.
You never know. I mean, if he keeps it nice and clean, and you know, he stays within the boundaries of the track, won't pick up any penalties, because obviously that's going to be an issue at this point with them tyres. But my reckoning is by the end of this lap, they're going to be, the four of them are going to be red. I don't think he's going to have any grip whatsoever. And we've obviously seen in the past, haven't we, what can happen, you know, when his tyres are fully red, you basically have zero grip, absolutely zero. So I think he's going to given himself a bit of an issue there, if I'm honest.
Yeah, especially as the last few corners through the Porsche curves are high speed. He's going to have to slow down a lot to get that beam around them.
He is. It's going to cost him, a good few seconds of time, I should say. We've still got guys in the pits there. We've got Speed Demon, Panos, and Graham. It's still in the pits at the minute. So obviously Perez is our new leader. But let's have a look where P. White is. So P. White hasn't pitted either, but then his mediums are looking okay. I'm pretty sure this is going to be his last lap now, based on his fuel. So where's Dan? Dan's come out the pits and he's got a brand new set of softs on. He's taken on some fuel, but only 3/4 of a tank. So that's going to sort of that's going to be a direct sort of relationship to how many laps these tyres are going to do. So good forward planning there from Dan. Doesn't want to fill the tank up and weigh the car down when he doesn't need to. So where's Dragian then? Dragian's picked up another 0.5 second penalty. He's on a new set of softs as well. And again, he's not taken on a full tank of fuel. So similar thinking there for Dragian. And Damien then, brand new set of mediums. He's filled his tank up to the brim. So he's going to be good for a few laps. Might well make a bit of progress as well from 5th. Let's keep an eye on Damien, see how he gets on. Panos then, new set of boots, new set of softs, full tank of fuel. So yeah, he's going to be pretty quick as well. What's Graham doing? He's put a set of mediums on for this stint and he's filled his tank up again, so he can go a good few laps now into the race with these boots on. Speed Demon then, 0.5 second penalty. But yeah, he's been in for a set of mediums as well. And then we've got Derg in 9th. Obviously he's put a set of racing softs on and filled his tank up. So yeah, all changed then, guys. Dragian's still got that fastest lap at the moment of a 4:02.2. But my inkling is we're going to see that change this lap because we've got a few guys come out on softs. Notably our pole man Dan. I got a feeling he's going to take a good half a second out of that. You probably want to kill me for saying that, but there you go.
Commentator curse.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not getting involved.
We'll have to keep an eye on that. Yeah. He's got a set of softs on. He's got less fuel. We know he's quick round here because he put in a pole time of about a second ahead of all the other guys. So be interesting to see. In fact, let's just go back to Dan and just see if it gives us any sector times. So I'm expecting to see some purples coming up.
It's just out lap on this one though, isn't it? So it'll be
next one.
Next lap.
Had to ruin my fun there, didn't you?
Sorry. Just Perez has pitted.
Yeah, Perez in the pits from the lead. So he did manage to make it round after all then. Let's have a look, see what he's doing. Oh, well, he managed to get around with a little bit of white left on them tyres, but not very much.
I was going to say, he'd done very well there, actually, because, yeah, considering how little they were left, I didn't expect there to be anything left, like you say.
What was his last lap time? Let's have a look.
4:35.
4:35s.
Dan was in the 4:25s, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was around 10 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah, he lost a heap of time there, didn't he? It's unfortunate, really, because that time is going to be pretty difficult to get back.
Yeah, I think based on obviously how many laps he's done, fuel-wise as well, though, he's obviously fuel-saving quite heavily, so his lap times are going to be that bit slower.
Yeah. Yeah, I think probably if it was me, I mean, it's not me, obviously it's him, he's driving the car, but I probably would have pitted the lap previous to that, just to, just to sort of nullify the amount of time lost on them warm tyres.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair though, he's gotten to the half an hour mark, which therefore means he only has to pit 3 times it'll be, won't it? So that could actually obviously save him a pit stop, which is going to save him a decent chunk of time.
It will do. I mean, if that's the way that Perez sees it, and he does continue to do the fuel saving, then yeah, absolutely. Obviously, one less pit stop than everybody else is going to save him a lot of time. The Speed Demon now is right on his Ricker, and he's got a half-second penalty as well. So where are we? Where's Dan? We said we were going to go back and have a look at Dan's times to see if he can smash that fastest lap. So let's just keep an eye out for his sector times then, and see if he's going purple as he's coming down the Mulsanne straight then.
Yeah, there's a split just after the chicane, so let's see.
Sounds lovely, that Porsche, actually. Look at that, 0.8 of a second.
He's just showboating at this stage, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's only in second gear too. But yeah, no, that's that's pretty quick. I mean, to shave 0.8 of a second, and he's in the dark as well. I mean, that's pretty good going. Where's Dragian? There he is. So he's obviously dropped off the back of Dan quite a lot now, and he's also got himself a 1 second penalty. So he's obviously broken the track limits at some point. Yeah, so that's going to put him even further back. Where's Damien? Here's Damien. He's on a bit of a race of his own at the moment. He's got no pressure from behind, so yeah, Damien can just keep his head down now and drive the wheels off that thing and see if he can get back in touch with Draghi and up ahead. We've got Panos there in fourth. Panos?
Panos.
Panos,
yeah.
Panos, I think it's yes, I think it's Greek, isn't it? Yeah. So Panos is obviously he's done his pit stop as well. So come out on a set of racing softs. Where's Grahamid? There's Grahamid. If you look at the little track map on the top, you can see there the Speed Demon's not really too far behind him. Panos obviously a few seconds up the road. So he's going to be trying his best to try and get back on terms with Panos. So as I say, Speed Demon, but Speed Demon's picked himself up a penalty. There's Perez as well in 7th. He's right behind him. He's probably going to nick that 6th position off him when it comes to paying that penalty. That is if he doesn't get past him beforehand. And then we've got P. White then down there in 8th, with Derg in 9th. Back up to the top then. All yours, Nath.
Yeah, so Dan's coming across through the last chicanes. Is he actually going to snatch the fastest lap? Unless he's made a mistake beforehand. And he does by 1.8 seconds.
Wow, smashed it, basically.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like Dan is holding back, does it? What was that lap like for you, Dan? Was that, were you on the ragged edge there, or was that a controlled lap? Is there more in it?
No, there's definitely more in there. But yeah, no, it was enjoyable, to be honest. I love this track. I really, really enjoy driving around this circuit. So yeah, I would just enjoy myself.
I mean, in fairness, that Porsche seems to be well suited to this circuit as well. It's nimble. It's very, very quick. Yeah. So a couple of the guys. Have we got any other Porsches in the race? I think we've got one or two, haven't we?
No, there's just yes, there's Derg that's also in the Porsche.
Where is Derg?
AMG.
Yeah, he is.
Back.
So what's
using it as a testing session, really?
Yeah. Well, we got P. White there. He's in a McLaren, isn't he? Well, we've got Perez is in that BM. Good old workhorse, that BM. Been around for a long time, this BM, but it's still a really quick car.
It's nice to drive.
Yeah. It's the M6, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, endurance, yeah. Two different versions.
So then we've got Speed Demon. He's in, is that a Corvette he's in there? I think it is.
Yeah, it is indeed.
Yeah, it's an unusual one. You don't see many Corvettes on this track. But, he seems to be doing okay with it. He's not having any issues as such. It seems to be looking after tyres okay.
Yeah, it just seems to be drinking the fuel though, doesn't it? Sorry, Nave.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is an American war horse, isn't it? It likes its fuel.
I'm very
in a straight line.
It is. It's a bit like the Viper in that. I'm surprised there's not a Viper in here. The Viper's a pretty quick car down these straights as well. I don't actually know whether that was an option for the guys, but
No, as far as I'm aware, they're not used in the World Endurance, so obviously this is just only for cars that are.
fair enough. You just schooled me on that one there, absolutely.
Sorry about that.
No, that's all right. I mean, I made a mistake. You corrected it. That's fine. So jump up then to 5th, and Grahamid. He's got himself a half-second penalty as well. So it's easy to do on this track in the day, let alone in the night. So, yeah, unfortunately for him, he's going to have to pay that next time he comes round to the penalty line, with Panos then in 4th, keeping his powder dry and just racking the laps up. Damien then in 3rd, doing a pretty decent job as well, actually, with Draghi, and then he's fallen off the back of Dan by quite some time now, and I don't think it's going to be long. In fact, I think he's going to probably be in the end of this lap, judging by his tyres and fuel.
He might be able to sneak one more.
Do you think?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe one. He might be able to sneak one more in there, just. But he's got the tyres to do it, so you wouldn't feel much of a drop off just yet. It's
what about his? Do you think he's needing to save fuel at this point, or is he okay? Do you think?
I probably, with the next few corners coming up, I would definitely be short shifting it, like he has done, just to try and save just a little bit, just to get in there lap out of it.
Yeah. So he's into the Porsche curve, so he's pretty much at the end of the lap. So yeah, I would say you're probably right there, Nath. He's going to go round again.
Yeah, I think it looks like he's doing 5-lap stints, so yeah, I'd imagine, obviously, end of lap 10 he'll be next time he comes in.
Yeah, look at the purple on that car. It's a stunning looking car.
Ooh, that could be a penalty.
I think he might be right. Yeah, I think he might be right. Let's just keep an eye on that, just to see.
He got away with it.
He got away with it, and he is going round again as well, so you were right there, Nath.
Yeah, one more lap.
As I say, though, with the way they have changed these track limits, you can take a lot of some of the curbs that you really didn't used to be able to, like, as you could probably see then, you can really cut through turns, what's probably technically classed as 2 and 3, the Dunlop chicane. Mm-hmm. And again, through a couple of the others, you can run a lot wider on exit than you used to be able to, which has made it a lot more enjoyable to drive, because you're not aiming for a curb that's sort of quite far in front of you. Yeah. Whereas obviously you're coming round and there's a white line, but if you go onto that white line, you used to get a penalty, whereas now obviously you don't seem to do anymore, which means you can then hit the curb where you should be doing, and you're not sort of changing your line on exit like you used to have to. So yeah, no, it's definitely gotten better.
Yeah, I always used to get penalties in the chicane because I love riding the curbs.
Yeah.
Every single time, bang, penalty.
Yeah, I was the exact same, but yeah, it's definitely been improved.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit like you guys. I mean, I always try and straight line, the curves if I can to keep your speed up. But when you watch other drivers, it's surprising how many guys, avoid the curbs. And they stay completely on the actual tarmac, and they don't seem to suffer any time loss on their laps with it. So I don't know. It's a bit of a toss-up. I suppose it's just personal choice. I guess it's what you think works for you, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, definitely.
That old saying, isn't it? Slow in, fast out.
Yeah, I'm still trying to learn that one.
I've given up.
My ethos is slow in, slow out, I think.
I was just going to say as well, the other thing that they've changed is obviously the dash lines on the sides of the track. If you're fully over those, you get a penalty for that now, which I find strange. But yeah, that's definitely difficult to keep an eye on when it's dark, because you're trying to figure out which line you're at, especially down Mulsanne, because there's quite a few different lines on there.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I think I was doing one of the time trials. The time trial that we've got going with the Group 2. Is it the Group 2 cars?
Group 1s.
Group 1s.
Yeah, the current hypercars.
As you're coming into, I got a feeling it's, is it when you come towards Indianapolis? There's a white, broken white line on the left-hand side, and exactly as you say there, it looks like it's all track, but if you straddle it, you get yourself a penalty, and it's like, well, why did I pick up a penalty?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's very, very difficult to
Judge.
remember all of these. Yeah.
Just put a wall there.
Sorry.
Just put a wall or a safety barrier there so you can't go over it.
Yeah, absolutely. Or like Goodwood, just put a couple of fields there, so you see some nice pirouettes going on the grass,
That's right. The cars come with lawnmower attachments anyway.
They do. Let's jump back up to the top then and see how our leader is getting on. So he's opened up quite a gap now, isn't he?
Yeah. He's got one more lap in him.
Yeah, I just want to have a quick look at. I don't know whether this is a little bit overly technical, guys. I don't know, but I'd like to have a look at how these guys trail brake, come into some of these bends.
Okay.
Because obviously, trail braking is an art, and it's very difficult to absolutely get it right. So I just want to watch a couple of corners here with Dan, just to see how Dan goes about his trail braking. So he's fully on, and he's fully off. Obviously, not every corner is going to be a trail braking corner.
No.
But yeah, interesting to see how guys approach it in different ways,
Yeah, definitely. You don't want to be full on the brake anyway, because the ABS kicks in.
Yeah.
And that just slows you down anyway. But it is a very fine art form.
It is, and it's not every corner. I mean, you've got to sort of pick your spots for your trail braking as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
To be fair, this is interesting for me to look at as well, because obviously it's not something it's not something you can pay attention to whilst you're driving. But yeah, I think I have a slightly different driving style to most as well. Because I like to put a lot of weight onto the front end, so I do tend to brake very late and then obviously jump off the brakes quite quickly. So yeah, no, this is interesting for me as well, actually.
That's your secret brake bias, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's what makes it work. Let's just put it that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I'm a little bit conflicted with it when I'm actually on track. Because I mean, with the trail, a bit like you, Dan. I mean, I tend to brake. I tend to brake quite late, and what I like to do is just have a little bit of brake. Obviously, you've got to be off the brakes to get more rotation in the car. But I tend to find that changing up or changing down a gear will help with rotation. But in terms of the trail braking, I tend to find I'll go into a corner and just leave a little bit of brake on to keep that extra weight on the front end. I don't know how you guys see that.
I don't know. Where do you have your brake bias set to? Not you, Dan, because I know what yours is.
Normally, if I'm racing, I normally. To try and save fronts, depending on what the race is, I normally go 5 to the rear.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm normally 3 to 5 as well. But with the braking as well, it all depends, because if you brake down in a high gear, then slam down the gears, it slows you down a lot quicker. I found out into some of the slow corners.
Yeah.
With the cars that I was driving. But Dan has a different way of setting his brake bias up. I'm not going to go into what he does, but sometimes trail braking with that would actually hurt his turning into the corners.
Yeah,
because of where he has it.
Okay, interesting.
But he's doing a good job.
Yeah, and we've also we're back into daylight now as well, so obviously the headlights are going to go off. These guys can see where they're going again now for a little while. So we're still only on lap 11, and obviously Dan is definitely going to be in the pits this lap because his fuel light is blinking at him. So,
yeah, just going back to your downshifting as well. I think I do it through the next right-hander here. I drop to third, even though I don't really need to. But again, that's just to keep the car rotated. Yeah. Just drop to third and then straight back up to fourth.
Yeah. What we were just saying about coming down the gears really quick into a corner. I don't know whether in fact, I think it was you that told me, Dan, that they stopped within the game. You used to be able to hammer down the gears, and and they stopped that in the game. So what I tend to do now is if it won't take that lower gear, I'll go up a gear and then it allows you to then come back down a couple quicker. And I'm pretty sure it was you, Dan, that told me that.
Yes, I think I do actually remember having that conversation with you, if I'm honest. So yeah, that is something that I obviously do myself as well. And yeah, it does work. Obviously, it allows you that extra gear, which then lets you go down earlier and then down through the rest of the gears faster, like you say. So
yeah. So we might have just given away a trade secret there. What do you think?
Yeah, possibly, but there's a lot of quick drivers out here. I'm sure they'll have their own ways of doing things.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's just have a look then how much Dan is going to take on in terms of fuel. Is this another set of softs, Dan, or have you changed compound here?
No, back onto mediums for this one.
Yeah, obviously that'll change as you pull out of the pits.
Yeah.
So it looks like we're going for at least half a tank. Are we still going? Yeah, we're still going.
Is that because the time of day's now changed, Dan? So the track's starting to warm up, so you can put the mediums back on?
Yes, that was the main idea behind it. Thinking sort of later past things, I probably could have extended a lap on the softs and just run softs. But I didn't want to take any chances, basically, so I decided to go for the safer option.
You had a healthy lead before the pits,
yeah.
And it looks like you've still got a healthy lead by the time everyone else pits as well. So you're just playing it safe now.
Yeah. Just trying to keep it on the tarmac.
Definitely, can quickly change.
Yeah, I mean, once you get out in front and you build yourself a bit of a lead, as you say, it's going to always be difficult for the guys to close that gap without any sort of slipstream. And just to try and get back in touch is pretty difficult. So yeah, Dan looking good then. I'm not going to put the commentator's curse on him by congratulating him too early, but he's doing a great job so far. So let's we've watched Dan for a couple of minutes. Let's just pop up and have a look at how the other guys are doing. So we'll pop back up to the front to our leader. There's obviously Damien there. Yes, Damien's going to be coming in for a pit stop, I think, at the end of this one. Quite low on fuel, I think. Panos there in second position. Yeah, I think he's going to... Do you think he's going to eke out another lap there, Nath, or do you think he's in?
The way he's shifting, he's revving out down the straight. He'll be in this way. I don't think his tyres will last. And then a lap to be phased. Still half a lap left to go. So yeah, he'll be in. Damien probably will also, but Mercedes do tend to drink a little bit.
Yeah, they're big old lumps, aren't they? The Mercedes.
Fun cars though.
So there we are. Grahamid in third. Then he's got himself up. Not quite sure where he started on the grid, but I think he was a bit further down. So he's not doing too bad at the moment. Grahamid. Obviously, Dan now. There he is in fourth after his pit stop. So. Yeah, he's got the hammer down. Coming back then to fifth, and Speed Demon. You just see Perez behind him. A few seconds back down the road. But yeah, Speed Demon seems to be holding his own in that Corvette. Doing pretty well, but as you say, it's a gas guzzler, so his fuel is blinking at him, so he'll definitely be in. There's Perez then. So you can see Speed Demon up ahead. He's going to obviously inherit fifth when Speed Demon comes into the pits. And P. White then in his McLaren is seventh. And then at the back then we have Dragian. What's happened to Dragian? He's obviously been into the pits, but he seems to drop back an awful lot.
That is quite far back. He's coming to the pits probably the last lap. Yeah, end of lap 10 he came in. So yeah, he's doing 5 lap stints, like Dan was saying.
Yeah.
I think he might have missed a trick here. You just keep going on the softs.
Yeah, because as I say, he was fighting for the lead there at one stage. Yeah, in fact, he had the lead, didn't he? So he's dropped right back now to the back of the pack.
And that's mainly just down to strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so it looks like it might be unravelling a little bit for Dragian, but still a long way to go yet, so anything can happen. You know, this is car racing, so we all know it's easy to bin it and to spin and to cost yourself seconds. So he'll keep fighting and fighting. Is that another fastest lap there from Dan? 4 minutes dead, I think it is.
I think that was the same as when he was
No,
on
yeah,
softs.
that's from my soft stint. Yeah.
Oh, there we are. As Panos then comes into the pits, Dan takes over that lead again. Then be interesting to see what sort of gap he has when this all sort of shakes out. Because he was quite a few seconds ahead, wasn't he?
Yeah, you've got Dragan just coming through the Porsche curves now. So this could be very interesting where he actually comes out.
Let's just keep an eye on Panos then. I know it's a bit boring watching them put fuel into the car, guys, but interesting to see where he comes out. He's dropping down the order a little bit now. He's dropped down to 5th. Where's Grahamid? Oh, Grahamid's obviously in as well. So, look at this. Dan's picked himself up a penalty.
Oh dear. So where Dan is now, whereabouts is Regan? He's in 5th. So Dan has pulled out a massive gap between the last two pit stops. Dan's on the first chicane, pulls the chicane on the straight, and then Dragan's just come through the S's.
Yeah, so he's some way behind now, isn't he?
And Dabian's in front of him now as well, so...
Yeah. So Dan's hammering down the Mulsanne straight now. And let's have a look. Where's Perez? Oh dear. Let's have a look at that. What happened to Perez there? I think he might have outbraked himself, see. Oh yeah, he's outbraked himself into that chicane.
And then almost...
And he's very nearly spun, isn't he? Yeah, he managed to keep hold of it. I don't know if he went over the penalty line there. We'll soon find out.
I think he slowed down enough. Yeah, I think he slowed down enough for it.
Yeah. Do you want to just stay on board with someone for a second?
Yeah, we'll stay on board with Perez, yeah.
Yeah, why not? So Perez is coming down the Mulsanne straight, coming up to Michelin chicane, I believe. Down into 3rd. Down to 2nd rotation. Took a bit too much, had a slower exit. So, based on what he was doing last time, he might be trying to go for another lap. Do 2 half-an-hour stints on the mediums. Yeah, coming down into the Mulsanne corner at the end of the straight. Yeah, he's definitely trying to save a bit of fuel, trying to get that extra lap in, which will save him a fair amount chunk of lap time. When it comes to pitting. All the way up to 160 miles an hour now, coming down into Indianapolis. Now that split was about 5 seconds down, so yeah, he's definitely fuel saving. Trying to just let that BMW sip his fuel. His lap times have dropped off over the last 3 laps, steady in the 407s, so he's definitely just trying to eke this one out.
He'll probably be popping into the pits on this one, do you think?
No, I think he's gonna stay out. I think he's trying to do 2 half-an-hour stints. Well, 3 pit stops with 4 half-an-hour stints for each of them, which saves him that 4th pit stop over everyone else. But I could be wrong. He could be coming in this lap. I think it might be a bit of a waste if he did.
No, you're absolutely right. He stayed out. Yeah, he's going to do that other lap. Yeah.
So it could benefit him come the end of the race, especially when you have the Ford and Dragian coming in every 5 laps. And as we can see, he's already lost 1 position to Damien from just keep running softs. So he could be on for something, but obviously we won't know if that comes to fruition until the end of the race.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well at the moment. He's there in 2nd place, and as you say, he's got his strategy well sorted by the looks of things, Paris. So it'd be interesting to see how things work out for him. Let's just pop up to the front and have a look at our leader, see how he's getting on. Let's jump out. Doesn't want us in the car with him, does he?
Nah, it's not enough room.
That were my belly. So Dan's just basically driving a nice, controlled, calm race, not taking any chances, is he, with the penalty zones or anything. He's got himself a nice lead now, so settling down into the race on lap 14.
Yeah, because it's quite relaxing when you haven't got anyone behind you. You can just get in your zone and get into your rhythm, and you just lose all sense of time, realistically, because you don't watch anything. You're just concentrating on yourself.
Yeah, I do.
Tunnel vision.
I tend to find, you kind of get into that zone, don't you? And every lap then is sort of within a couple of tenths of each other. You can really sort of nail that consistency.
I'll be honest, personally, for myself, if I'm in this position, that is the last thing I'm doing. I am watching everything. Watching the gap to the person behind and seeing how much that's changing, are they catching me, and am I pulling away? And yeah, just all sorts. Seeing that, looking at the time and thinking, oh, there's still over an hour left. Have we really only been doing this for an hour? Feels like it's been about 6. So yeah, no, personally, yeah, not sure I agree there, but it is. Yeah, you've just.
But with your mindset, around you, like you've seen people come into the pitch. For example, Perez needs to come into the pits based on what he did last time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I must admit, at this point, I was actually thinking about everyone's strategies as well. Actually, sort of trying to figure out what they were doing and how my strategy had obviously work with theirs, and if mine was still going to obviously give me a chance for the victory and stuff. So yeah, there were a lot going through my mind at this point, I must admit, just thinking, what can I do differently? Do I need to do anything differently? And yeah, but then obviously again, still trying to concentrate as much as you possibly can on the racing, the driving, because it's so easy to make a mistake around here.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, with the way the track is, very high speed, so running softs should maybe once, maybe just for the fun of it, try to get the fastest lap, but you're not going to lose that much time with how many straights there is being on mediums.
No,
I kind of agree with that. Yeah.
If it was a more twisty circuit, then yeah, softs would have a bigger effect. But because it's more speed, you're only losing a little bit on the acceleration coming out of the corners.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, if you compare a soft lap with a mediums lap, it's only a second or two in it anyway, isn't there? So it's not the end of the world, and you're on a much more durable tyre with the medium, so you can obviously rack up way more laps and get a bit deeper into the race with that.
Well, yeah, that was
Sorry,
no, I was just going to say that was the thing for myself. Obviously, after doing the medium stint, I knew I had sort of half the tyre wear left. So when I jumped onto the softs, I thought, right, well, I'll only fuel for 5 laps just to see how they are. And I mean, yeah, I probably could have got 6 laps out of those as well, but like you said, they were almost done by the end of that. So it was just like, well, there's no point risking it and making a mistake when I don't really feel that I need to. So just stick some mediums back on and try set some consistent lap times.
Yeah, I mean, it would be silly, wouldn't it, to put a set of softs on, run them basically down to 0, and then end up hitting the wall and picking up a load of damage. which is obviously going to stay with you until your next pit stop anyway. So, yeah, probably the best choice, I'd say. Probably mediums all the way. Never see any guys putting the hard tyres on these races. So, do you think there's any reason why nobody uses the hards at all, Dan? Or
just there's no need. With obviously the way the fuel and the tyres are, your tyres are going to outlast your fuel if you put hards on. So it's just not worth it, because you're going to lose time and you're not gaining anything. I mean, I think a tyre change takes about 4 seconds. So
yeah.
You're going to be losing a second to 2 seconds at least a lap. So even just on a track like this, where you might only do, say, 6 to 8 laps on a tank, that's still more time than you're going to gain back from the not changing your tyres in that pit stop. So yeah, it's just not worth it.
Well, some good technical feedback there, for you guys, and on the tyres. Well, very sensible, really. So yeah, I kind of agree with that. So let's have a little look down then, see how the rest of the guys are doing. See if there's been any changes. I don't think there has. We got Damien there, still in second. He's been into the pits and got himself a new set of tyres. And where's Dragian? He's now in third. Look, he's got himself up from 8th. So obviously that's how it's played out after the pit stops. So, but Dragian again, he's going to be in again very shortly, because he's going to start to struggle on these, and very low on fuel at the same time. So yeah, he'll be in the end of this lap. Panos then, he's on the softs as well. Probably got a lap or 2 left on those. Plenty of fuel going on, so he's all right for a minute. Mohammed, he's put a set of mediums on, so they're pretty new still. So he's got a good few laps left in those. Speed Demon in his Corvette, yeah, doing a solid job in that car, to be honest. Speed Demon. So yeah, have a look at Paris. Where's he? He's down in 7th. So obviously he's just been into the pits, and he's got a new full tank of fuel and a new set of mediums. So Paris is good now for his next stint. E. White, similar story with him. He's been into the pits as well, and he's got himself a new set of boots. I think he's gone a bit wide there. Was that a penalty, do you think, boys?
Possibly.
I think he'd get away with it.
You think?
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably managed to bring it back in just early enough. I think if he'd have carried on sort of and got to the curb that wide, then yeah, he'd have had no chance. But I think he did actually. He just managed to bring it back in early enough, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Obviously, he's not picked up a penalty with that. So he's playing with fire, I think. Though he was probably only millimeters away.
Definitely.
Okay, back up to the front then, and our illustrious leader.
Yeah, Dragon's in again.
Yeah, let's have a look. See what he's going to do this time.
So by now he should realise that the softs is not the play.
Yeah.
There's too many pits.
It is. What's the time for a pit stop in this one? It's pretty long pit stop, isn't it?
I would say it's going to be around a minute or so, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Cool. Looking at the lap times, you're probably looking about a minute 30.
Wow. Let's see what he
take
does.
The 2 laps together. Obviously, you got your own lap as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Really interested to see what tyres he comes out on. I got a feeling he's going to be on mediums this time. We take bets on it, guys. What do you think?
Go on, Nif.
I'll go softs again.
Yeah. I'm thinking softs again. He's running 5 lap stints, isn't he, on the soft? So I think by this point it's a little bit too late to change what you're doing. So I think you've just sort of got to commit to what you'd planned and just see where it takes you.
Yeah. Yeah, it is an unusual strategy, isn't it? Softs every time.
Yeah, although I am fully aware that it does work very well for someone else in the same car, so I can understand why he's doing it.
There we go. So you're right, guys. He's come out on another set of softs. As Perez goes screaming past him for sixth position.
And we know
So
Perez will probably only stop one more time in about 25 minutes.
About 25 minutes left, is there? Yeah.
No, there's 25 minutes until Perez should be coming in based on his strategy for the first half of the race.
Because we're quite a way into this. It was obviously well over the hour now, so probably looking 16 laps. So what do you think, about 25 laps ish?
29:30ish, I'd imagine.
Yeah. There we are. And Perez was having a good look there, but he's ducked back into the slipstream. He obviously it didn't have the overspeed on Dragian to get past there.
No, Dragian just overtook Perez.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he came out of the pits behind.
Of course, yes, sorry, you're right, absolutely right. What am I talking about?
And now he's maximising those soft tyres.
Yeah.
To get back through. But I've just noticed we've lost Dirk.
We have, you're right. I don't know when he disappeared.
Okay, might have technical issues.
Yeah, he could have had a disconnect or something, but yeah, to be honest, I didn't even pick that up. So well spotted there, Nath. Might be interesting to have a look back on the old replay and see what actually happened to Dirk there. But you're absolutely right, he's gone. I think it was actually some while ago, because the last time we cycled through, I think there was only 8 cars there.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think there was. Yeah, must have had a technical problem. Retired the car.
Yeah, which is unfortunate for Dirk, but it is what it is, guys. So yeah, let's drop back then to Damien in second and see where he is in relation to Dan.
Just coming through the Porsche curves.
Yeah,
Dan's got a healthy lead.
Yeah, Dan's flying at the moment, and he's in the S's at the moment.
Yeah, probably looking about 40-second lead.
Yeah,
it's going to be about that, isn't it? I mean, if we watch just for when he crosses the line and then go back to see what my lap time is, we'll have a bit of an idea then, won't we?
So there we are. Let's jump back then.
Nearly 50.
So last lap for Dan Forza. Look at all them 401s. Blimey, that's consistency for you. Yeah. So he's. I mean, Dan is still increasing that gap at the moment. So Damien's got it all to do here. What's Panos doing? Back in third. So he's just coming down now. He'll be into the S's very shortly.
Very steady. Very steady over the last couple of stints. Definitely doing a little bit of fuel saving.
Mm-hmm.
But those softs, I think maybe end of this lap, maybe one more lap afterwards, and then he'd be back in. Yeah,
I mean this AMG seems to be quite heavy on tyres, doesn't it?
It is, especially at the fronts, because obviously the engine's over the front axle.
Sure.
So it's just a lot of weight in there, which it struggles with, but it's a lovely car to drive, and it sounds amazing.
It does sound good. And it's pretty quick on the straight, so it's got a great top end as well, isn't it?
Yeah. And if it was a standard start, it does launch very well.
You know, it's funny. It's one of them cars I've never really been able to get on with. I don't know, for some reason I just think the bonnet's too long on it.
You can't judge how close you are to the cars.
Yeah. It's just I've always thought the same thing about this AMG. Although it's, as you say, it's a great car and it's quick and it's pretty nimble for the size of the car it is. I just can't seem to get on with it. But that's just me. Ignore me.
I mean, I must admit it's not one I've ever really driven either, to be honest. So yeah, I do agree with you with what you said as well. So I've driven it a few times, but never really enjoyed driving it. So it's just at that point you think, well, I don't really want to drive it again. So
yeah, it feels heavy. It feels heavy, but and it feels like you're going slow. But when you check your times are actually reasonably quick. So I've just noticed Damien's just got a half a second penalty.
Yeah, I'd just seen that as well.
Just have a look.
Nah, he's got a big enough gap to Panos for it to not make any difference, though, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Panos not even in sight yet. Oh, there he is, just coming into view then as he come round that right.
But Panos might be in at the end of this lap anyway, so yeah, we will see.
That penalty is not going to cause him an issue with position at all. As I say, he's far enough ahead of Panos to not have it make a difference at the moment. There we are, he's picked that penalty.
You only lose around about a second. So.
Yeah, and they're in identical cars as well. I don't know about you guys, but it's one of them that you were just saying there about not driving the Mercedes. It's one of them games that I think where you tend to pick a few cars that you like and you just tend to stay with them, don't you?
Yeah, you do. Unless they come out with a bop change. And then you're like, your favourite car and then just gets wasted. But I do think, apart from a couple, I think the GR3 cars are rarely... they're balanced, minus a couple.
Yeah, I think there's just so many of them as well, though, isn't there? It's like, obviously they all have different characteristics. So once you've gotten used to a few, it's difficult to then jump in different ones and not try to drive them the same way, if that makes sense. So you end up then being slow in them or thinking they're not quick enough, probably because you're driving them the wrong way. So yeah, you then just think, right, well, I'll just go back to what I know, and you carry on with that, don't you? So it is one of those things.
Yeah, well, most of them are quite old now. We've got the new Porsche and the new Ferrari that got dropped over the last recent updates, but I believe this Mercedes is the 2020 version, if I'm correct. So it is 6 years old compared to the two new ones that are the current gen.
Yeah, that's very true, and I mean, like you say, I imagine a lot of the others are even older than that, so yeah, it's obviously you always want to try the new things that are coming out as well, don't you? So it's quite easy to then just only drive them as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think the new Porsche, when that came into the update, I think a lot of people sort of went straight onto that, didn't they? And was kind of stuck with it. But we were talking, weren't we, earlier about the BMW? I think that BM M6 is about 10 years old, isn't it? It's knocking on now, that car.
Yeah, it's 2016.
Yeah, well, there we are. 10 years old, yeah.
But I would love them to add the new one in.
Yes, that would be nice. Nice addition.
It's time for a refresh on the GR3s. Well, they've just brought out the new prototypes, so just some modern, like the McLaren, the Mercedes, the new BMW that they've got, just to replace I wouldn't class them as old timers, but bring them so they're more competitive with tyres, with fuels like the Ferrari and the new Porsche.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as I say, there was the new Ferrari and the new Porsche seem to be the go-to cars at the moment for a lot of people. I'm surprised not many people drive that McLaren. I mean, you see it now and again, the 650, especially with the Group 3. It's a pretty good car, but yeah, for some reason people just tend to avoid it, and I don't know why that is.
I obviously I own it in the game, but I don't typically go to that. I have my, like Dan said, 4 or 5 cars on the GR3s that I go to, and obviously if you're not in the championship and you're just racing in an open lobby with the rest of the URL guys, it's all track dependent.
Yeah.
So if it's twisty, obviously we don't want something heavy. We want something nimble.
Yeah, quite. How do you feel about this? Just slightly going off subject a little, but how do you feel about this Beetle, the Group 3 Beetle?
I love it. Actually, I do. As the season's gone on, I've got more used to it. Obviously, I've won one race this season in the Pro League with it. if driven correctly, obviously there's a lot more better skilled drivers out there than me who could probably get a lot more out of it. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I struggled with it for quite a lot of races, but I think we were chatting about it a week or two ago, and you were saying about is how you drive the thing. So I've kind of listened to, obviously Dan drove it as well for a league, so I've kind of listened to what you guys' input was, and it is exactly that. You need to change up at the right time and that sort of thing, and it is slowly becoming a more enjoyable car for me. But I did struggle with it for quite a long time, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Interlagos tomorrow, so it should be good round there.
Yeah, it's a quick car on there, actually. I remember doing some testing between that and the new Porsche, actually. And yeah, the Beetle is good. And obviously, as you said earlier, I did a championship in it on the last Wednesday season. And yeah, I really enjoyed driving it then. It's a great car for certain reasons. So yeah, once you get used to driving it the way you need to drive it to gain the time, then yeah, it is a lovely car.
Yeah, it's slowly coming around to that way of thinking, I think. As we're watching Damien in the pits then. So yeah, we've digressed a little bit, so let's jump back up to our leader and just have a little look how he's getting on. So on to lap 19 then. Dan's still holding the fastest lap at the moment. Yeah, so
you came into the pits last lap, Dan?
Yeah, well, lap before, lap 17.
Lap before, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, because weren't you on them mediums for a stint? On them softs for a stint?
I was, but I think I've already done another medium stint since.
Yeah, right, the soft was during the night.
Oh. Okay, so I've got poor internet. One of us has got poor internet quality.
Dan?
It's still going, so we're okay for now. Let's drop back then and have a look at Grahamid's inherited second position, which he's obviously going to lose very soon because he's coming into the pit shortly.
Doing extremely well though. I think he started 8th. So yeah, having a very good drive.
So when this pit stop shakes out, then we'll see where he is.
Yeah.
Let's have a look how far behind him Panos is. So he's quite a way back yet. So yeah, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Grahamid's going to maintain that second position. What do you think?
No. You're looking a minute pit stop overall. I don't think he's a minute. He's just between the chicanes, really.
Yeah.
So I think the Mercedes, the group of Mercedes with Panos and Damien is gonna take that. But then you've got Dragan catching Damien by the looks of it. Got the three Greeks, but are nearly relatively close, just out of each other's slipstream by the looks of it.
And there's Dragian in 5th.
Yeah. I think he might drop back to 5th, but I think he could still be pretty close to the group that's now there. So yeah, it will be interesting to see where he does come back out after that pit stop.
Yeah. Then you got Perez. Yeah, just trickling away. So he's probably got another 11 minutes. So they'll have 3 laps. 2 laps after this before he comes into the pits for technically his last pit stop.
It must have been my imagination because he looked like he was coming out of that turn really slowly there.
I did think that as well, to be honest. So yeah, it did seem a bit strange.
Yeah, maybe outbraked himself going in and he had to scrub off a bit of extra speed for that. I don't know, but yeah, he's facing the right way and he's back up to speed. So no dramas there for Perez. Let's drop back to P. White in 7th, and where's he on the track? So,
just coming down to the end of the straight.
Yeah. I wish I could remember all these corner names, but...
Mulsanne corner, there you go.
There we are, Mulsanne corner. I'll have to remember that one. And Speed Demon then in 8th. he dropped back to 8th in his Corvette. He's obviously just come into the pits, judging by his tyres and his fuel situation. So, yeah, we'll see how he gets on. Back up to our leader. No change there then. He's still clocking in the consistent lap times on them medium tyres. So, yeah, he's pretty much untouchable at the moment.
Yeah, he's on autopilot right at this minute.
Yeah. But he won't let he won't let you believe that. It's he's got his eye on everything. Remember?
Yeah. No. But by this point, I'm starting to get tired. So this is just doing things without really thinking about them, which is when mistakes start happening. So you do just have to be extremely careful. But yeah.
So this is the thing, isn't it, with endurance racing like this? It's easy to put in maybe some fast laps or a fastest lap, but over time, there's fatigue starts to kick in and your shoulders start hurting and your feet start, it's all those things together, and you gotta be consistent for the whole 2 hours really.
Yeah, it's definitely knees and shoulders for me. Knees mainly. And mainly left leg, obviously with that being the brake leg. And I think by an hour and a half I did start struggling, and it was just a case of trying to ignore it and just push through it.
Yeah, but then time seems to slow down a bit, doesn't it, at that point?
Yeah, well, I was just going to say that, and then you're just pushing through each lap, and you're constantly watching sort of how long's left, thinking, right, come on, got this many laps, and yeah, it does get difficult, but you just got to stick at it.
So yeah, it looks like Dragan lost the place to Davian through that last round of pit stops. And I don't think looks like he's gonna be coming in then a lap or two.
It does, certainly judging by the tyres. I mean, he's not got a massive amount of fuel, but is he fuel saving? Let's just have a look at his fuel gauge as he comes out of here. His speedo, no, he's revving out, isn't he?
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Definitely caught up.
Yeah, this is the thing. Even with this type of race, you got to be so disciplined if you're staying on a strategy. But you see cars just up ahead of you, and your brain's saying that I want to get ahead. So you start clogging it a bit more and using a bit more fuel and a bit more tyres. So got to be very disciplined with these endurance races, I found.
I've been guilty of that in the past.
Just a natural reaction, I guess. You want that position. You want to get in front of the guy that's in front of you, and before you know it, you've burned through, half a tank of fuel that you needn't have really.
Yeah. And then you thinking at the end of the race what could have been.
Yeah, exactly. I must admit that, like you say, it's so easy to do. I always find best just to sort of drop back slightly and just try and sort of ignore what's in front of you, stick to what you're doing, and then obviously try not to get involved, like you say, with someone else that's probably on a completely different strategy to you. So unless you can get past and then obviously open up a gap, or sort of you're faster in a certain area of the track but they're faster in the other, then just drop back a little bit and just try and run your laps, and then once one of your pits you'll sort of come out of sync, and then you can then really start going for it.
Yeah, I mean it's all a discipline thing. I mean, speaking for myself about my own race, I mean, we had a merged lobby, as you guys know. So we were with the pro drivers. So these guys are coming streaming past you at any given time, and all you want to do is just put your boot down and think, well, I can stay with these pro guys. They ain't that much better than I am. But you just got to block it out of your head and just say, right, okay, he's gone. That's the end of it. I'm just going to do my thing and try and do as well as I can. So it is a difficult one, but good discipline. Oh, he's across the grass there. I'm going to have another look at that. What happened to Dragan there? I think he touched the barrier on the left. I think that's unsettled his car. He's managed to keep it pointing in the right direction. So, oh, here he goes.
I think his rear wheels were on the grass.
Yeah, he's going to get a
rear
penalty, isn't he, for that one as well, would you say?
Possibly. Oh, yep.
Yep.
See, I find that unfair. I mean, he's obviously lost that much time because of that. What's the need for a penalty? I do find that silly.
It is, to be honest. I think if you're going over track limits but you're decelerating, I think the game should recognise that and not issue a penalty. I mean, if you keep your foot in and you're going across the grass and you're not losing any time or in fact gaining an advantage from it, then 100% I agree with that. But as you say, he was out of control there for a second or two, and I think penalising him for that is harsh.
Yeah, completely agree. Like you say, it's you're getting penalised for losing time, which just seems daft.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have to go with what we've got. So
we do.
Yeah, it's going to obviously cost him probably all told about a second, because he's got to take that penalty and then get back up to full racing speed. So it never is just the half a second, is it? It's always a little bit more than that.
No, which is another thing that I don't like. I think there's other ways they could do things that would be definitely better, as in either adding it to your race time, or you serving it in a pit stop, or stuff like that, or having it as a gradual sort of loss of power that just slows you down a little bit down a straight, or just for until you've served your penalty, basically. But yeah, I think there's plenty of other ways they could do it, rather than sticking a zone down a straight where it's just going to slam on brakes for you, and you're going to lose, like you say, a lot more time because you're never going to be able to gain the time back. At least do it sort of on corner exit, or just slightly after an apex or something, where you can then still have your acceleration out the corner. Yeah, you might have dropped back a little bit, but it's not that you've already accelerated out and then you've been slowed down and then you've got to speed up again. And it's like you say, it's never the penalty that's given, which is the problem.
Yeah, you can even do it like... Oh, sorry, carry on.
No, carry on, Nate.
You could even do it like as a Joker lap, have like a longer part of the track. Pretty similar to what they do in, I think it's MotoGP.
Like chucking an extra chicane or something.
Like a long lap penalty.
Long lap penalty. So one of the corners you have to go around it on the outside, and it's obviously you're going to have to go around it slower because of the gradient of it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I mean, there are many ways that they could improve this penalty system. I mean, people have always said it, haven't they? It can be quite harsh at times.
Very much so.
But I think Dan's idea there, I'm pretty sure I've seen it, possibly in this or another game, I don't know. Whereas
GT Sport.
Yes, where it gradually counts down that penalty over the length of a straight. So you lose like a tenth and 2 tenths, 3 tenths, and then you've paid your penalty and you haven't had to really hit the brakes to serve it.
Yeah, like I say, that would be good. Would definitely be an improvement on what we currently have. Or like I say, if you have a race where you pit, you serve it in the pits. You have a race where you don't pit, you serve, like, it gets added to your race time. And you could get rid of a lot of problems just doing either of those two things, which, like I say, I think I personally would make it a lot better, because you can quite easily get, like you say, a half-second penalty and then end up losing a position because of it, because you've lost a second, or you get a second penalty and you lose 2.5 seconds or whatever. But then losing that position can cost you another 2 seconds, or it could even cost you 10 seconds, depending on how long it takes you to get past that person. And it can completely ruin your race just from a silly mistake where you've gone slightly wide or you've slightly cut an apex. I find they can be extremely harsh sometimes. I think there's, like I said, there's definitely other ways that they could do it that would be a massive improvement.
So there you have it, GT7 devs. You've heard it now from the guys who were actually out on track and racing. So let's get some changes to this penalty situation, and Let's make it a little bit more fair for everyone, shall we? That'd be great. Let's jump back up to the leader then, shall we? We haven't seen him for a lap or two. See how he's battling.
He stopped for coffee.
I think he stopped for coffee and a croissant, you know, and a good comfort break for 10 minutes, you know. But,
Easily done.
He's nailing them apexes. I mean, I think obviously the fatigue isn't kicking in just yet because he's still doing really consistent lap times. No issues at all there for Dan.
There's time
along. But I mean, obviously, Dan, you know, you raced this race, so if there's anything that you need to tell us that we need to look at, obviously pipe up as soon as you can.
No, I don't think there's anything major. I do just start making a few silly mistakes. Well, just running wide because I couldn't really brake enough, basically. And nothing major. That I can remember at least anyway, but yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, so you're well and truly into your groove at this point anyway. I mean, we're 22 laps in to a 4-minute lap, so yeah, we're cracking into it. Not that long left to go really.
Just under half an hour.
Yeah, just under half an hour, so 3/4 of the way through. Let's have a look down the pack. Oh, Panos has got himself another penalty, look.
Ooh.
And he's going to lose that position straight away to his countryman, isn't he, Damien?
Yep. He'd probably be coming in maybe this lap or the next lap. Tyres are not looking that great.
So I wonder if Perez has been in yet as well, or if he'll be in end of this lap.
That's a good point.
Was it Panos that went round at that extra lap when we thought he shouldn't have previously?
No, it's Perez. Perez, he's in 4th. So, right. According to his strat that we've worked out, he should have gone in the pits last lap. If he has, he's in a net 4th. Ooh, Panos goes wide.
Panos has run it wide, yeah, that's them tyres. There's no grip on them tyres.
Yeah.
Luckily, there's no grass on that runoff, so he hasn't picked any muck up on his tyres, so that would have been an absolute disaster for him. He'd have been pirouetting, I'm sure, at that point.
Without a doubt.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look where Perez is then. He's
so Perez is going to come in. So he's coming in this lap. So he's actually done an extra lap.
I was going to say, he's done very well there. He's managed to get a little bit further into it, hasn't he? And
maybe he wanted to suffer fuel saving on this stint, so he didn't have to do so much.
Well, I suppose I think with the pit times added on as well, it's going to keep pushing you that little bit further forward in it actually. So I think he's probably doing what will it be? Well, no, because it'd have to be 7 lap stints, wouldn't it? So yeah, like you say, he's found an extra lap somewhere. So yeah, no, ignore what I've just said.
So yeah, he's found an extra lap. That might have been when you had Dragan overtake him and he just sat behind him.
Yeah, it could have saved a bit more fuel, short shifting in the slipstream. So
yeah, he'd definitely be in this lap. He'll probably drop down to probably around the 7th, 8th place mark, but with everyone else needing maybe 1 or 2 more pit stops, he's looking good at the moment.
Yeah, I think he's in quite a strong position, isn't he?
Yeah, I definitely think he's going to finish possibly top 5.
Here he comes into the pits.
Any mistakes.
So, we're talking a lot about these strategies. I know you said earlier, Dan, that sort of once you get into your strategy, it's kind of nailed on, that you kind of have to go with that. Is there any advantage in changing your strategy on the hoof if you can eke out an extra couple of laps, maybe on your tank of fuel, or is it something that that might sort of give you an advantage? Do you think?
I mean, it obviously can do. It all depends on sort of where you're at and if you can figure out what everyone around you's doing and what's the best thing, basically. Like, are you going to lose too much time trying to fuel save if you then can't fuel save enough to remove that extra pit stop, then you've just lost a load of extra time for no reason. Obviously, as Perez has done, he's managed to drag it out far enough to stop himself having that extra pit, but then has he already lost too much time over each lap to actually cover the extra pit stop time anyway? So it's hard. You've got to sort of try and figure out how much time you're going to lose total to see if it's then going to gain anything like in the long run, basically. So yeah, I mean, obviously if anything happens and you get damage or something and you have to take an early pit stop, then you do sometimes have to think, right, well, do I do something different now? Do I change my strategy to try and then get back to a specific point where you can then run that same thing through to the end, or you can mix stuff up a little bit. Sorry, excuse me. But yeah, other than that, I think really once you've got something, you need to kind of stick to it, because as soon as you change, you've basically wasted time that you're never going to get back. So yeah.
Makes sense, I guess. Yeah, it makes sense. So let's have a look through the order again and see how things are shaping up here. So obviously,
coming in.
Yeah. Still got a nice healthy lead. Interesting to see where he comes back out as well. So we'll stay with Dan for the duration of this pit stop. Just have a quick look where the guys behind him are. Panos has picked himself up a penalty again for a track limits violation, so that's another second he's going to lose. So Damien then is coming into the Porsche curves. And then we've got Dan, he's not even on his pit marks yet, so looks like Damien will probably get that position.
Yeah, he's got a couple of laps left in that Mercedes. I'm surprised Panos hasn't come in because he was on the softs. So I reckon he'll be in this lap.
Panos, yeah, you're right, he will definitely. He's got no fuel, look.
And damage.
Yeah, I'm just going to say
damage
that.
As well, yeah.
That's going to cost him a few seconds having that repaired.
He will do, yeah. So there's Damien then. Comes round the, is that the, I think that's the Ford chicane, isn't it? The last one?
Yeah.
So joins the start-finish straight then. Let's jump back to Dan, see where he is.
I think Damien got a second penalty for that though.
Yeah, he cut the curbs.
Yeah, he did, you're right, absolutely, yeah. He obviously knew Dan was in, and got the hammer down to try and build up any gap that he can. So Dan's still taking on fuel at the moment. He's got Panos in, obviously, behind him as well.
No one cleaning my windscreen either. I'll have to get some of them sacked.
It was a little bit dirty, wasn't it? So then Dan pulls out. He come back out in second position. So absolutely flying at the moment. Panos is still in there. There he is, just having his boots changed now. So let's see where Damien is on track. Oh, he's got a 1.5. So he really is pushing, isn't he?
Yeah. But that's just going to let Panos get closer to him.
Yep, absolutely.
Just needs to calm it down a little bit and just get back into the groove.
There he is, his Panos then, sticking on his fuel. So where's Dragan? Here he is. Into the Ford chicane now. What's the start-finish line? We'll start at lap 24. Fastest lap still there, held by Dan at 4 minutes dead, 0.4. So it's pretty good lap time when you're comparing that with everybody else's. That is an exceptional lap time, and I'm not just saying that because he's on the comms.
Liar.
Speed Demon, there we are. He's in 6th, just coming through the Ford. Oh, he's out of the foot. He's into the coming into the S's shortly now.
Yeah, you're probably looking everyone bar Dan and Panos needing to pit again.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting because after the next round of pit stops, you're going to possibly look at wherever you are for the final push.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is the thing with these sort of races as well. Like you say, I mean, you can sit and be doing your thing for an hour and 3/4, and until that last 15 minutes where everyone's made that final pit stop, you don't really know exactly where you are. Obviously, you can try and guess on or figure out based on obviously what you've seen in the race beforehand, like when people have pitted and stuff, and kind of have an idea or try and figure out who still needs to pit and who doesn't and stuff. But yeah, till you get to that last sort of 15 minutes, like I say, and you actually see everyone pit, you just don't know.
Yeah, you sort of tend to find the cars will sort of all bunch up a little bit more than they are at the moment for that last stint as well. So that'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out with all these guys.
Yeah, and the fatigue kicks in.
Sorry, until
the fatigue kicks in at the end.
Yeah,
concentration.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's a long old time in there to stay concentrating for 2 hours, especially when you got a circuit like this with all these long straights. It's pretty hard to stay sort of focused.
Yeah, I need at least 4 coffees to get me through it.
Well, I've been sipping away on my on my Peroni here, guys. So.
Your Peroni?
Yes. Well, I bought one of those perfect draft machines, you know, the one that David Beckham's advertising.
Oh, so, yeah.
So we got draft beer at home, but it's not a good thing because I'll probably end up being an alcoholic by the end of the month.
Oh wow, you only live once.
Absolutely.
So Damien's in now, so Dan should easily take over the lead of this race now.
Let's jump up there and have a little look then. So maybe let's have a look where Dan is actually. Oh, there we are.
Yeah, he's already gone past.
Start finish straight. So this is going to be, he's going to be probably 30 odd seconds ahead or more even. So,
yeah.
Damien then just changing his tyres.
So this would be good to see where Panos is compared to Damien, because they were very close on the road beforehand. But obviously Panos had a penalty, so it'd be interesting to see.
Just keep an eye on Panos then. So he's into the Porsche curves.
Very close to that wall.
I love that corner. It's really, really flat out, isn't it?
Oh, I have nightmares of that corner.
I was saying, it scares me every time going through there as well. And that left there, that's awful.
That left, easy to drift out and get a penalty there.
It just creeps up on you though, doesn't it? You're going through the right-hander and then you're like, right, I'm ready, I need to turn left. And then you turn left and you think, I should have turned left like 2 seconds ago. What's happened?
Yeah, it's one of them. As soon as you come round the right, you got to basically start turning left more or less immediately.
Yeah, and it's just so hard to get used to because you don't really see the corner at that point, do you? So it's
no, exactly. It's a blind left. Yeah,
you're turning in blind and not actually really knowing where you're going to be. But yeah, you've just got to trust that what you've done previously, obviously, is just going to keep working. But it's not always that easy when your brain can't see it.
Exactly, and it's even more scary when you've got cars around you. You know, and you're fighting for position through that corner. It's you can guarantee someone's going out wide and getting a penalty every time.
Yep.
But good fun corner though, because it's challenging and it's one of them you think, right, this time round I'm going to nail it. No, I got it wrong. Next time round I'm going to nail it. No, I got it wrong again. You know, it's good fun.
It does make a big difference with the like on the lap time with the amount of speed you carry into the last couple of chicanes as well. So it's quite an important corner. I mean, I know obviously it's such a long track, it's very easy to make little mistakes and lose time everywhere, but yeah, that is obviously an area where it can make a difference.
Yeah. Consistency is key, as they say. So let's have a look. So we've got Damien there then. We know obviously Dan is way out ahead. So we'll have a little skip through and see what sort of gaps we got between these guys at the moment. So obviously there, Dan flying, and then we've got Damien then in second. He's quite some way back now, as we know.
Yeah, he's put on the softs as well.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he? So are they going to last him for the rest of the race, do you think?
Well, normally they're about 5 laps, so you're looking, what was it, 4, 8, 12, 6, yeah, easily.
Yeah.
He'll only have about 3 or 4 laps left.
Yeah, so he's
As
got
we're
his...
into the final 15 minutes.
Yeah, and he's fueled then to the end. He's got his soft tyres, so he's going to be hammered down and giving it everything he's got now. Try and at least close that gap to Dan a little bit if he can, and obviously stay well ahead of Panos. He doesn't want Panos creeping up behind him. So where is Panos? There he is with a half-second penalty. So yeah, it's quite some distance between these two as well. He's on the softs. He's already done a lap on these softs, I think. So a little bit more wear on those than Damien. So yeah, but he's sitting in third position there. He's not doing too bad at all. And Grahamid then, he started quite a way down the grid, and he's holding fourth position now. So he's fueled to the end with a new set of boots. So good showing there from Grahamid. Yeah, he's done pretty good, hasn't he? He's been very, very consistent, and I don't think he's had a penalty. He's, from what we've seen him in, he's not been going off track and ragging it wide or anything. So yeah, good drive from Grahamid actually. See where Dragan is. Dragan's in fifth at the minute. He's got Paris all over the back of him for company. So what tyres are these guys on?
Medium got and softs.
Yeah, Dragan on the softs and Paris on the mediums. So yeah, I mean theoretically, Dragan's got a rubber advantage there, especially around these some of these tight corners. He should really be able to open up a little bit of a gap.
But that BMW pulls.
It does. It's a powerful car, isn't it?
And it's more stable as well. So, and those soft tyres, like we said, yeah, they should get them easily to the end of the race, but they're going to start hurting soon.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. I mean, with Paris being right behind him, he's going to be driving defensively as well to try and maintain fifth. But like you say, them tyres are going to start chewing themselves up, because he's obviously going to be taking defensive lines as well.
And he's only just gone wide there.
Yeah,
brings Paris straight back into it.
Yeah, Paris is all over him, isn't he? I think he's going to probably be by him, maybe by the end of the lap, possibly. I'll break him into the last chicanes, maybe. I don't know. We'll soon see. Keep an eye on this one.
Yep.
But yeah, this just goes back to what we were saying earlier as well, though. So, as far as I'm aware, Dragan's made 2 extra pit stops over Paris, and after almost an hour and 50 minutes of racing, they're in basically the same piece of tarmac. So yeah, I mean, he might have saved himself a minute in a pit stop, but he's actually obviously basically lost 2 minutes across that course of time to put them in the same place. So it's strange how it all comes
it's
back.
just timing, isn't it? It's just with that you're just trying to wing it, but he's done well. He's moved up a few places overall from where he started, I believe. But yeah, you never know. As long as he keeps him in the sights, he might have a chance coming towards the end.
Yeah, Dragan's he's given it his all at the minute. He's pulled out a little bit of a gap. He's gapped him by probably about half a second or so there. So I think we might see some sort of maybe a yo-yo effect type of thing by the end of this, because obviously Dragan's tyres are going to start to feel it, and Paris's mediums are still going to be, pretty full of life. So interesting to keep an eye on this, but you can clearly see on screen there how much Dragan's pulled out the gap on Paris.
Yeah, he's trying to catch Grahamid. I think he's just thought, well, why not now? Just give it all he's got.
He's just gone purple as well, so he's obviously on a good lap.
Yeah. Are you flapping now, Dan? Is he going to get your lap off you?
I wasn't really too fussed about, obviously, the extra point for that, but it would have been nice to have had it. So yeah, Yeah, like I say, it's nice to have it, but it doesn't really matter if you don't.
No, indeed. I mean, obviously, coming toward the end of the race, you know, if you're maintaining this first position, that odd point's not really going to make a lot of difference. But he's 500ths of a second up on that lap time at the moment, but he's gone wide there, I think. Yeah, has he gone wide enough to pick up a penalty, though? So it looked to me like he was the wrong side of the curve there.
Yeah, I'd have thought so as well, but I think he's gotten away with that by the looks of it.
I think you're right. I think he has. So maybe his tyres were just on that curb, and he's just managed to avoid that. Yes.
I think that's what's saving him, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. How far back now is Perez? Oh, blimey.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, he's dropped back by a good couple of seconds now, isn't he? What's he doing with... is he fuel saving? Is this why he's dropping back?
He will be doing, won't he? Because obviously he'll be sticking to that same strategy he's run throughout, so he'll...
He's not, though. He's revving out.
He's revving out, yeah. Let's watch him as he comes out of this right-hander.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is. He's giving it the beans at the moment.
Very strange.
Let's have a look. He might short shift as you get to the higher gears, possibly. I don't know. But, no, it looks to be...
do you want to...
he's giving it all.
Sorry. Do you want to just stay on board for a second?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So here's Perez now coming through Porsche curves. Nearly a second up on his fastest lap. So now he's now really pushing it. In the final stages of this race, we've probably got the time, maybe two laps. 2 laps remaining, possibly 3. So this is where it all counts. So coming up into the 4 chicanes at the end of the lap. Obviously, as you can see, Dragon's pulled out big gap at this present point, mainly down to the tyres. So it could all come back to Perez towards the end. And again, he's improved his time by 2 tenths of a second. So he did lose a bit through the final sector, but there's always that there for the next time.
It looked like a nice and tidy final sector as well, though, like you say, did lose a little bit, but nothing too serious.
Yeah. I was just thinking, what's the weather situation in this series? Because at the moment, we all had dry races.
Yeah, I haven't seen any rain at all.
No, yeah, they have all been dry, but it is all random weather. I did actually sort of with, I think, about 40 minutes to go. It did obviously cloud over, and it stayed overcast, as you can see now. So I was checking the weather forecast quite a bit, just to make sure I didn't get caught out. And yeah, I've start chucking it down when I'm halfway around the lap, because that would not have been ideal. But managed to avoid it so far. But I'm not sure that'll continue on till the end of the season, unfortunately.
What's your next round?
Interlagos, I think.
Ooh.
So I don't think it can. I don't think it rains in Brazil, does it?
I think it does.
I've seen many races that will prove that point wrong.
Yeah, to be fair. Yeah, no, I think last Formula 1 season, it was wet there, wasn't it, for one of the races?
Well, that was, I remember Max Verstappen coming around the final left turn, and he got absolutely sideways. You must have seen a clip of that. It was a couple of years ago that it happened.
Yeah,
but he managed to keep it out of the wall, and fantastic control.
So yeah, I know you got Fuji coming up soon.
It's a tough circuit, Fuji.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think what there is left. Actually, I think the Interlagos, Laguna, Fuji, and then I think Abu Dhabi again to finish off the season. So yeah, some tracks that I'm not overly comfortable on, I will say. So it's definitely going to be an interesting end.
Yeah, I think it runs nearly till Christmas, doesn't it? This series.
I think
November, December time.
Yeah, I think there's tends to be one race a month. So we'll have at least till October, I think.
be interesting. It'd be good to see some wet rain.
It would,
especially
actually.
Dynamic
mix things up.
changing. Yeah. What tyres are you going to be on at certain points? So it'll put a cat amongst the pigeons for sure.
It'll certainly catch out the people who only ever buy soft, medium, and hards on it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
There's always someone that's not bought into or wet.
We all know someone like that. Not naming names.
I can't blame me. I've done it plenty of times.
Just seen Dragon's got the fastest lap now as well. It's a good quick lap time. I think that's obviously faster than his qualifying time was. So
yeah, that's under the 4 minutes now. So yeah, excellent lap from him.
He's caught up.
He's got the hammer down, isn't he? He's really trying.
This could this be the last lap? He might sneak in an extra lap after this, but it's gonna have to be quick.
I got a feeling. Let's have a look. How's his tyres compared to Grahamid's? Very, very similar on the tyre wear. This is anybody's race out of these two, I think. As they start lap 28, then.
It's just playing it smart.
Yeah. But he's you can physically see him closing the gap, can't you? He's He's going to be on him any second now, as they come out the S's. Then.
I'd be very tempted to lift a little bit more here, so he's closer, so he doesn't get much of a slipstream.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's well in it now.
He is. Yeah. I think he's going to obviously wait till the chicane. And if he's close enough, I think we'll see him jink out to the right.
I think he might get past him before then.
Do you think?
Well, possibly between the two. Yeah, I think between the two chicanes would be my guess.
Yeah,
he's
further back.
He's basically queuing him up now for the next breaking point, isn't he? He's got a great exit as well as Dragon. He's right over the back of Grahamid. Grahamid's nothing he can do about this. He'll just have to. He'll take his defensive line. Oh, he hasn't even done that. No, Dragon's got him.
Yeah, that Ford's quick in a straight line as well. So
yeah,
I mean, yeah, we're not even. Well, probably about halfway down the straight, he'd already got alongside on it. So
yeah. So Dragon needs to keep it nice and clean here. Don't run it wide, don't get yourself a penalty. No, he's good. So he's made it stick then, and he's already gapped Grahamid by a tenth or two. So I think Grahamid's gonna struggle to get that position back. So let's have a look elsewhere then and see how the other guys are doing. So drop behind Grahamid then, we've got Paris there in 6th. I kind of thought Paris might have been a little bit further up the order than 6th. What do you think, chaps?
Yeah, this is the thing about fuel saving so much. If things don't go your certain way, or like at the start where they lost the slip from the other teams competing, it doesn't really play into your help because you've got no help at all, especially in the long race on this track.
Yeah.
So he's improved from his starting position, but yeah, maybe fuel saving wasn't the way to go.
Yeah.
I must admit, I've got to agree with you there as well. It's it's like I said before, you've got to figure out if you're gonna actually be able to gain the time back that you lose, basically. So you're not going to lose more time than what you can, than what a pit stop's going to cost you. So yeah, it's very fine lines on whether it's the best way to go or not, which is, like I say, why personally I decided for this one. With the length of the straights and how many there are, it just wasn't worth the risk.
No, definitely. But he's done well. Consistent lap times. This most likelihood would be his last lap. So the last time coming through the Porsche curves. I think Grahamid might get an extra lap in. It'd be very nip and tuck.
Let's have a look where Dan is on track, and there we are.
Oh, Dan's miles away.
Yeah, he hasn't come up on the screen last lap as yet.
Nope, we're in the last 10 seconds.
Oh, so
So-
yeah, this obviously it will be the last lap then.
Whoever's crossing the line now.
I think there's a couple just towards the back that'll be.
Graham it.
Reagan's just started on the lap, he'll get it in. So Graham's then come across the line and finished 5th.
Good
Where's
result.
Perez? Perez has got 6th. So a steady drive from Perez as well. With P. White there now, he'll come home and take 7th position. Where is he on track?
Just coming through the forward chicane at the end.
Yeah, we
Final
go, just
corner
on the start,
there.
finish straight. So yeah, decent 7th for P. White. Drove a quiet race with Speed Demon then. Takes 8th position. And then
And then, yeah, Dan on his last lap, coming down to Indianapolis. So, Dan, at this stage, what's going through your mind? Just keep on the black stuff.
Yeah, just get it home. I mean, as you may have just noticed, coming through Michelin chicane down the Mulsanne straight, I went very wide on exit and had to cut back inside to not get a penalty. So yeah, I was making quite a few mistakes at this point. So yeah, just nothing major. Obviously, I knew I had a pretty big gap, so I could back off or make little mistakes, but just nothing too costly.
Yeah, definitely. But no, your strat worked. Well done. By the looks of it. Consistent race, so well done.
yeah, great race from Dan.
He's
He's led from the start really. I mean, obviously a little bit of back and forth there with Dragan at the start, but it was never really in doubt, was it? Dan had the speed, held that fastest lap for a long part of the race, and he just seemed to pull away then from every pit stop. So a great strategy from him as well, as he comes round the Ford chicane onto the start finish straight for the last time. Across the line there, a little bit of a swerve there. So great win from Dan. Great win.
Thank you.
And then we come back then to Damien.
Another
So he's
solid,
just coming
solid
through
drive.
the Porsche curves. Yeah, solid drive from Damien.
Couple of penalties, but on this
Is
track,
he
that's bound
going
to
to
happen.
make it on that fuel? I think he's just going to get across the line, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got enough. He's got enough lead. He won't lose that much.
No.
He's just got a couple of chicanes to come through.
Yeah.
Shouldn't do anyway.
Well, good solid drive from him as well. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think
Played it
unfortunately Damien's the last one that we're going to see finish, just due to a time
terms of the
limit
time,
on the I think it's going to cut out before Panos and Drake can get there, but yeah.
Yeah.
So
it was
there
a
it is.
good. It was a good race from everybody. To be fair, obviously Ford, so many pit stops just being on softs. Maybe it wasn't the right call, but a good solid 4th position anyway.
Yeah, I think all the guys there drove pretty well. Obviously, strategy played a huge part in that. So congratulations to our top 3 guys. And also thanks to Dan, obviously our race winner, for joining us on the comms, and Nath as well. It's been a great race, and hope you enjoyed that. We'll look forward to your company in the next one. So until then, it's goodbye from us.
Take care. Goodbye.
Yep. See you later. Bye.
Bye.